History, as it's taught in most schools today, stops with written history. Archaeology looks at that full range of human occupation of the planet.
The role of archaeology is to understand the past, but it's also to understand ourselves as humans and understand our role in depending on and affecting the environment.
We have this 4,000-year-old archaeological record and the living descendants of those people that are still here today to talk to. It really allows us as archaeologists working in this area to ask and answer questions others just can't do.
Crow Canyon is an experiment on how to do archaeology like archaeologists in the world have never been able to do. Sustain a long-term research program to really find out what happened in history. And Crow Canyon, in its 26 years, has been successful in doing that.
Crow Canyon is a nonprofit institution dedicated to long-term archaeological research, public education, and collaboration with American Indians. It's located in one of the world's foremost archaeological areas, the Mesa Verde region in southwestern Colorado. It was founded in 1983.
It was one of those truly entrepreneurial things where we had nothing to lose because we had nothing. We joked about it being the classic fly-by-night operation. The original guy who had helped Stuart get set up down here, Ed Berger, had gone out and got a lot of old highway department trailers and teepees for putting the kids in. The whole thing looked like you could have hooked up the trailers and been out of here in no time at all. But that was really a way of just getting started, and little by little we added staff, added facilities, and built new buildings.
I wanted to broaden archaeology's reach into the next generation of people. And there was no reason not to do this except for academic bias. My idea here was to get youngsters to come out here from all over the U.S. to do genuine archaeology. And it has a huge impact on youngsters when someone respects them enough to let them have a trowel in their hand or whatever to do real research in which they could actually contribute to the scientific mission. Can't do that in nuclear physics. Can't do that in medicine because you're liable to kill somebody. But you can do it in archaeology. The other thing is, for a youngster to work with a scholar or a scientist is immensely exciting to them.
There's kind of a high spot over there in that.
I was introduced to Crow Canyon when I was 14 years old. I spent a week excavating at Castle Rock, Pueblo, and it was the most amazing experience of my life. The feeling of getting my hands dirty, the element of discovery, of trying to reconstruct the past, that really ignited my career in archaeology.
That pottery sherd with the fingerprints that reaches across time is really powerful. The education program at Crow Canyon is really built around inquiry, around posing questions, and then looking at evidence, at artifact assemblages, and really intellectually engaging people with that.
I found a few painted pieces, so I think that's from a different vessel, but like all these are corrugated, and they're like a blackish grayish color, so I'm thinking that they're, I mean it's kind of hard to tell because some of them are dirty, but I'm thinking that they're all from the same vessel.
Day by day they learned more and more, and by the end of the week they were arguing with me about, the archaeological record and the interpretation and what it all meant. The knowledge is now their own.
The environment that you learn in is a part of what you learn. You could have some of those same kind of experiences in a classroom somewhere removed from here, and you would learn a lot. But it's not going to be the same as when you can do that in this space where people lived.
One place students learn is the Pit House Learning Center, a replica of a Pueblo family's home that would have been occupied in the AD 600s.
We try to give them a sense of what it would be like to live in that pit house. You have a lot of the smells that you would have in a pit house. We let them experience some of the technologies that would have gone along with that. They have information coming to them through so many different senses.
We also have the Pueblo Learning Center, which is a replica of a Pueblo house that people would have lived in about AD 1200.
By creating these replica environments, it really allows students to not have to imagine or not to under-imagine how full of life and full of color these sites would have been.
That's the whole educational dimension, experiential education, hands-on, for people really young all the way through senior citizens.
You know, what you want to do is just sort of line up
Almost from the beginning, we identified working with American Indians as an important part of our mission. I think it's changed the way we do archaeology. It's changed the way we design our educational curriculum, and all of that change has been for the better.
When I first started doing archaeology, archaeologists didn't talk to American Indians very much. What changed it for me was being here at Crow Canyon when we had some of our first meetings of our Native American Advisory Group.
10 individuals from different tribal backgrounds who agreed to meet with us twice a year and give us their perspective on how to work in the field of archaeology in a way that's respectful of contemporary Indian people.
It was a two-way learning adventure for both the advisory board and the staff too, because this is a whole new concept.
I guess as a Native people, we never believed to do any kind of investigation as far as science is concerned. We've always believed by word of mouth from our elderlies when they pass on to us what needs to be carried out.
My grandmother used to speak of places like this and say that we just couldn't walk in, that we weren't a tourist.
We always believed that the spirits are still there.
You're studying the past on an extremely human scale. It really is someone's home, and you really should treat it respectfully. The relationship has evolved now into where we're really actively engaging them from the point of the research design, saying, what are the issues that are in your society today that we might be able to address, either through archaeology or education programs. So I think it's evolved really much more into collaboration rather than just consultation.
Together, even though we might walk parallel paths, we will continue to preserve and protect the ancestral pueblos of this region, and from that everyone will grow stronger and continue to build friendships that will just be of mutual benefit to everybody.
Part of the vision that's coming true at Crow Canyon is building this national network of friends and supporters who care about the people and care about the work.
It is, without doubt, the best board I have ever served on. All very much involved. And the other extremely important thing is the staff, to me, is unbelievable. Their loyalty, their ability, their knowledge is, you just don't find that in many, many institutions.
We have been fortunate to find people who are very talented in the different fields in which they work. They share a passion for teaching and to bringing other people into their work.
This is the Harlan Great Kiva site. This one's a little hard to miss. It's a really large bowl-shaped depression that has a berm of earthen material that goes completely around the circumference of the Great Kiva main chamber. So if you look at it from the sky, if you're looking straight down on it, it really kind of looks like a big donut.
Stewart's vision for Crow Canyon was to create an institution that could really conduct research over the long term. We always have an active excavation project. We always have archaeologists working in the lab on our previous projects, analyzing and publishing on those results. We've excavated 31 sites and synthesized information from another 15,000. Long-term research means one project builds on another. We've used this research to produce a remarkably detailed history of Mesa Verde Pueblo people.
I think about coming out here with a digging stick and a basket and how long it would take me to even make a dent in the structure this size. It's a mammoth effort, and it really tells us a lot, I think, about how people could organize themselves out here during the Pueblo period. They had the capacity to really organize pretty large-scale projects like this and see them through to completion.
We still excavate sites. We still work in particular places, particular 2 by 2 meter or 1 by 1 meter holes in the ground where you get a trowel and you pick up a piece at a time. But we're not trying to learn about the site. We're trying to learn about the people that lived in this landscape in the past. We're trying to understand whether their history marched to a similar drummer to our own, or whether it was a different one. Those are the things we want to learn about. It's not about the sites, it's about the people.